The idea of cloning has captivated the human imagination for decades. It exists at the crossroads of science and fiction. It challenges our understanding of life and creation. Popular culture is rife with tales of cloned dinosaurs, armies of identical soldiers, and individuals seeking immortality through genetic copies. These fictional narratives often blur the line between possibility and fantasy. However, they highlight a fundamental curiosity about our ability to manipulate the very essence of life. The reality of cloning, while not as sensational as often portrayed, is no less intriguing. It delves into the intricate mechanisms of genetics, forcing us to confront profound ethical and philosophical questions. What does it truly mean to create life, and what are the implications of wielding such power? Cloning, in its essence, is the creation of a genetically identical copy of a biological entity. It is an umbrella term encompassing various techniques and goals. We can broadly categorize cloning into two main types: reproductive cloning and therapeutic cloning. Reproductive cloning aims to create a fully developed organism, a genetic replica of the original. This is the type of cloning that captured the world's attention with Dolly the sheep. It raises ethical concerns, particularly when considering its application to humans. Therapeutic cloning, on the other hand, focuses on creating cloned embryos for research purposes. The goal is not to create a living being, but to harvest embryonic stem cells. These cells hold immense potential for regenerative medicine. They could provide treatments for a wide range of diseases, from Parkinson's to spinal cord injuries. Across the globe, a network of research facilities and companies are pushing the boundaries of cloning technology. These centers, often shrouded in secrecy and subject to intense scrutiny, represent the cutting edge of genetic engineering. One such hub is the joint venture between BioLife Group and Suam Biotech in Tianjin, China. This massive facility focuses primarily on animal cloning. They are capable of producing a staggering number of cloned livestock embryos annually. Their work extends beyond cattle to include racehorses and even sniffer dogs. In the United States, the National Primate Research Centers, funded by the National Institutes of Health, conduct research on primate cloning. Their work focuses on refining techniques like nuclear transfer, a crucial process in cloning. At its core, cloning is a manipulation of the very blueprint of life, DNA. The process, while complex, can be broken down into key steps. The nucleus of an unfertilized egg cell is removed, effectively eliminating the genetic material of the egg. A somatic cell, which is any cell in the body other than reproductive cells, is taken from the organism being cloned. The nucleus of this somatic cell, containing the complete DNA of the donor, is then injected into the enucleated egg cell. The egg, now carrying the genetic material of the donor, is stimulated to divide and develop. If successful, it will form an embryo genetically identical to the donor of the somatic cell nucleus. Section 5. The ethics of artifice, navigating the moral labyrinth of cloning. The ability to clone, particularly in the context of humans, opens up a Pandora's box of ethical dilemmas. Religious leaders, ethicists, and policymakers grapple with questions that strike at the heart of our values and beliefs. One major concern is the potential for genetic errors. The cloning process is not foolproof. Mistakes during the procedure can lead to developmental abnormalities and serious health problems in the clone. The question of individuality arises as a fundamental ethical concern. Does creating a genetic copy of an individual infringe upon the unique identity of the original, and does it diminish the value of that uniqueness? The very act of creating a human being through artificial means, critics argue, could lead to the commodification of life, treating individuals as products rather than sentient beings. Section 6. Milestones on a controversial path. A timeline of cloning regulations. The ethical complexities of cloning, particularly human cloning, have spurred a global response. International organizations and individual countries have sought to establish guidelines and regulations, often resulting in outright bans. In 1997, the Group of Eight, comprising some of the world's most powerful nations, issued a resolution against human reproductive cloning. This was followed closely by a similar resolution from UNESCO, highlighting the widespread concern within the global community. In 1998, physicist Richard Seed announced his intention to pursue human cloning, sparking a wave of debate and further fueling the call for stricter regulations. The United Nations General Assembly took up the issue in 2004, debating a proposed ban on all forms of human cloning. The debate continues to this day, with no universally agreed upon approach to regulating this rapidly advancing field. Section 7. Echoes in the Animal Kingdom. Successes and concerns of animal cloning. While human cloning remains ethically contentious and scientifically challenging, animal cloning has seen considerable progress. Dolly the sheep, born in 1996, became a symbol of both the potential and the controversy surrounding cloning. Since then, scientists have successfully cloned a range of animals, from cattle and pigs to cats and dogs. In China, companies like Suan Biotech have commercialized pet cloning, offering bereaved owners the chance to have a genetic replica of their deceased companions. The success in animal cloning has sparked interest in its application for conservation. Could we use cloning to revive endangered species or even bring back extinct animals? While the idea is tempting, it raises complex ecological and ethical questions. Critics argue that focusing on cloning as a conservation tool distracts from the more pressing need to protect habitats and address the root causes of biodiversity loss. Section 8. Cloning in the cultural kaleidoscope from science fiction to reality. The concept of cloning has been a staple of science fiction for generations, shaping public perception and often fueling both excitement and fear. Movies like Jurassic Park, where dinosaurs are brought back to life through cloning, capture the imagination while simultaneously serving as cautionary tales about the potential consequences of tampering with nature. The idea of cloning armies of identical soldiers, as explored in films like Star Wars Episode II: Attack of the Clones, plays on anxieties about control, conformity, and the dehumanizing aspects of technology. Even comedic takes such as the movie Multiplicity, where Michael Keaton's character clones himself to handle the stresses of daily life, touch upon deeper questions about identity, individuality, and the allure of escaping the limitations of our singular selves. Section 9. The unwritten future of creation, cloning's place in tomorrow's world. Cloning, once relegated to the realm of science fiction, has become a tangible reality. We stand at a crossroads, grappling with the ethical implications of this powerful technology while simultaneously pushing the boundaries of its potential. Therapeutic cloning holds immense promise for regenerative medicine. The ability to grow organs and tissues genetically identical to a patient could revolutionize healthcare. It offers hope for treating currently incurable diseases and injuries. However, the path forward is fraught with ethical landmines. The debate over human reproductive cloning is far from settled. Advances in technology will continue to challenge our understanding of life, creation, and what it means to be human. As we venture further into the uncharted territory of cloning, we must proceed with caution, guided by a deep understanding of both the scientific and the ethical dimensions of this profound technology. The future of cloning is not predetermined. It is a narrative we are writing with each discovery, each ethical debate, and each decision made.